Thank you, Mr. Larry Brooks, for coming on, joining me for another Happy Friday committee interview. The show based upon these principles dealing with being fearless, resilient, intuitive, determined, appreciative, and youthful. And I know within your business as an entrepreneur, real estate, information technology.
Yes, sir.
And what is that you do?
Network engineer.
Network engineer. So yeah.
Writer.
So yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
wear many hats, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, I just wanted to pick your brain and just see dealing with these particular principles,
Yes, sir.
how they relate to you in your life every day, dealing with the word fearless first, and we'll work our way down.
Yes, sir. So, fearless.
Yes.
Man, and that might, for me personally, that's probably the one closest to me as far as my way of my philosophy on life, being fearless, tackling those hard things, because on the other side of hard is usually where the blessings are. Nothing is easily handed to you, so you gotta be fearless to even think big. You know what? Let me start there. Let me back up, because I led myself somewhere, but thinking big, man. That takes courage to think out, to think bigger than where you are currently. That and as far as our community, man, that's a humongous thing. I think that's something we got to focus more on, being bigger than where you're at. A lot of us feel we get so caught in our environment. We feel like the environment is bigger, so we become fearful. Like I can't get past my environment. That's just humongous in our community, man. So we all kind of fall into the traps. We're fearful to step out of line and be different, even in the hood. Just like you don't want to be that guy that's not down with it. You don't want to be that guy that is trying to walk the straight and narrow, because you're gonna get lops of knots on your head for maybe like trying to think outside the box. So just even the beginning of life, and I only can speak from the perspective in which I've walked, for the most part, accurately. So just from my walks of life, just being fearless enough, that was a big stigma, man. Like being fearless to be educated, being fearless to even want a job, want to make money by getting a job. That was taboo in the hood. That's why we like a lot of talent doesn't even get to surface out the hood, because that talent they're not taught to be fearless. You have to be fearless to make it in the concrete jungle sometimes, because you're gonna look different and people attack what's different.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I ain't gonna beat you up on fearless. That was just
that's perfect. That's perfect. And that just made me think of something as far as like being fearless. So within fearless is applied courage. So I'm moving forward in that thing. But the thing I'm going for, like for instance, like somebody that is trying to graduate from school, stay in school and things of that nature, and you may fail, which enters the word resilience. How do I bounce back from that? How do I become resilient in that?
Resilient, beautiful. Every time you get knocked down, you gotta get back up. If you want to be anything, that's what resilience. If you just take it as an essence, because life is a roller coaster, up and down, up and down. I'm up high, get knocked back down.
Yes,
but
sir.
That are the most successful is the ones that can keep getting back up and getting back up the fastest. And actually, something I had started actually paying more attention to was how fast I got back up off the ground.
Wow.
I started looking at how much time I started limiting time that I spend when bad things crash into me. For example, as an investor, I lost 50 grand in 2-3 days, right?
Yes,
10, 15 years ago, I lost 50 grand in a couple of days. I don't know how long that would have stuck with me. 6 months, 7 months, because I didn't know, 10, 15 years ago, that was it's still a big amount of money now, but I know, man, it's a lesson. I can't, if I sit there and dwell on it, I'm gonna lose another 50 and another until I ain't got no more 50s. Yes, so sir. You have to bounce back so fast, be resilient in any endeavor. You get knocked down, it's okay to feel bad, but how long do you dwell on feeling bad? Like having the mind frame of consciously getting back up faster.
Yes, sir.
You know, but it's a habit. It's one thing that has to be built. Like recognition, being accountable that you have been knocked down. All right, I have been knocked down. I understand I've been knocked down. Do I stay down?
Yes, sir.
And that kind of speeds up the getting up with purpose, getting up with speed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You mentioned the word purpose.
Purpose.
So within purpose and knowing your purpose, which implies intuition, which way to go, that inner voice. How does your intuition guide you? That inner voice to say what's the next step?
Man, the letters in your acronym are so powerful. Intuition. Like intuition to me, I'm gonna go straight to it. Intuition to me is the ability to hear God. That's intuition. Wow. To be able to close off the world and have silence enough around you that you can actually hear, and it gives you foresight, and it picks up. And intuition is also developed through practice. Yes, you know, like in any sport, man, you put them hours in. I'm gonna compare that to meditating. You meditate, you clear your mind, you practice that. Then you start seeing your path clear.
Yes, sir.
You know, you have more intuition. You've put the time in. You've practiced. You studied with all that, and you've meditated on it. All that. Intuition is a combination of many things, but in its essence, it's the ability for all those skills that require practice. Intuition is not anything that, for the most part, you're just born with that sixth sense. Some people are, but that's a very few. Intuition is something that you develop as a running back. Keep running, you start noticing, like, hey, without even thinking, I know I need to do this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's intuition, man. And the more you're into it, when you know where you're going and you study it and you're in line with the purpose that God has set forth in front of your feet, and you walk in that path and you're doing it fearlessly, resilient, you're going to start knowing that's just the right way to go.
Yes,
you know?
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes. So knowing that it's the right way to go, how do you continue to be determined? Which is the next word is determination.
Yes, sir.
How do I continue to be determined in that situation or in those situations?
Right. Determination is a good one because it's usually confused. A lot of people get determination and motivation confused. You know, motivation, you got to, that's something that you got to have some kind of feeling to be motivated.
Yes, sir.
You're going to step.
Yes, sir.
You know, if I'm determined, I can get hit in my chest, I'm going to take another step forward. When you're using motivation, man, I'm happy to be here. But when your motivation leaves, man, that's why I'm glad you don't got motivation on here. You got determination.
Yes, sir.
It trumps everything. Like that's more with resilience, you know, the ability to keep getting back up. And I'm determined to keep getting back up. I'm going to keep getting back up. There's no way I'm not going to do it. I'm going to take the next step. I'm determined to see my goals through. I trust God. I've been given a task and I'm determined to see it through. Nothing's going to stop me.
Yes,
man,
sir.
Nobody like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So after I'm determined, I see it through. And the next step is appreciative. And then, or the next principle is appreciative. How do you feel after? After the goal is accomplished?
See, you said after, right?
Yes.
When I think about appreciation, I started smiling. Tell you a story to line up while I started smiling. You said after.
Yes, sir.
I think about appreciation because appreciation is going to manifest what I want, man. I'm thankful. You know, sir. Appreciation means I'm thankful, but the way I'm lined up with my thoughts with God, I appreciate what I got before I get it.
Wow. Wow.
Story I'm going to tell you to kind of bring it home, right? The father, the son, he was a good son. He did everything his dad asked. And he asked his dad for his birthday, hey, can you get me a PlayStation 5? His birthday, that's out. His dad said, okay. 30 days after he had asked me, he went and got the PlayStation, put it in the closet. But the dad played a game with him, act like he wouldn't go get it, act like he forgot about it. But right, the gift was already in the closet, right?
Yeah.
So the son started getting down. And then when his birthday came, you know, he was kind of like, Then the dad gave him the gift, and he was like, "Oh man!" But if you remember, I told you the dad had already bought the gift 30 days before. The gift was in the closet.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He could have been appreciative at that moment. He just didn't know.
Wow.
He full trust in God. When you ask for something, start appreciating it right then, because you're gonna get it if you believe principles.
Wow.
That's why after my appreciation starts the moment I ask God, I start smiling. That's why I start. You said it, because I'm appreciative for the present in the closet, because I know my present's already in the closet.
Wow.
I got waiting on. All I got to do is part of my steps, and I'm gonna get what I'm supposed to have, so I can smile.
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's powerful. That's powerful. That's powerful. So, keeping those principles up: fearless, resilience, intuitive, determined, appreciative, and youth. The next principle is youthful. Remaining youthful and having the ability to appreciate those things and live within those principles, but keeping your youth up so you can enjoy those things.
I had that conversation in the last 48 hours 3 times.
Wow.
I always started, what's the point of building an empire if you're not going to be here to enjoy the fruits of your life? What's the point of all this work? But, you know, because I can look at the youthfulness from 2 different perspectives. The physical youthfulness, like drinking or working out, being mindful of what you're putting in your body. You know, people, I watched this cat, man, the other day. He had a car, and he was taking he was manicuring it, putting the most premium gas in it. It was like one of them $200,000, $250,000 sports car. But he's back, man. So I'm looking at you. Not to say I'm body shaming or nothing like that, but I just know, bro, look how much care you put into your car body, into your feet.
Yes,
you got to around in this form you got, and I can tell you put nothing but slop in it. You know, like, but now that's the physical aspect. Like, you have to take care. Why be so successful and you can't even enjoy living these principles? You know, figure stuff out. But being youthful spiritually, man, like that kind of, you know, you'll kind of have a young feeling, and I think you'll generate young energy when you're youthful in your spirit, and being thankful. You know, being appreciative has a lot for that. You know, that's a young energy. Being determined. I believe youthfulness, if you follow the essence of these principles, self-help principles, you will become more youthful in your existence.
Yes, sir.
Wait, you're not gonna feel old when you're fearless and you're resilient. That's stuff for people who are the opposite. You know?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Everything just falls in place, man.
Yes, sir. So the last and final question is dealing with these principles: fearless, resilience, intuitive, determined, appreciative, and youthful.
Yes, sir.
What principle out of these words mean the most to you, and why?
Honestly, it has to be determination, man.
Wow.
It just has to be. For me, if I had to take everything off the board and you give me one thing, a determined man, like nothing can stand in front of him. Wow. If that's his mind, and man believes in God and he got a mission from God, everything else is gonna come into place anyway. If you're determined.
Yes, sir.
You be fearless if you're determined. You're naturally gonna be resistant. You know what I'm saying? Resilient if you're determined.
Wow.
God is gonna bless you with intuition, because you're gonna learn from your determination. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wow.
When you win, you're gonna appreciate it, and it's gonna make you know. But that's the big thing about goals too. You ever see a lot of people, man? They lose their youthfulness after they complete their goal.
Yeah.
You know, off on another angle at it. You know, just looking at all this, looking at youthful. It's just like, you know, I see a lot of, like in my line of work, people have careers for 30 years and they retire and they die. They lose their youthfulness because all these other qualities, they put it into somebody else's job. And then when that job goes away, they lose all these other things and then they fade.
My goodness.
So, you know, youthfulness, man, you got to be able to pivot.
Yes, sir.
And youthful, man, you got to be able to change directions when you've like, what that good book, man? Who Moved My Cheese, man?
Yes, sir. Read that a while ago. Ago. Yeah.
I recommended a book to you 20 years ago.
Yeah. I think I read it 20 years ago.
Be able to change your pivot, man. Youthfulness, man. being youthful, man. Not, don't be the old man in the club, man.
Wow, that's powerful. That's powerful within itself. Don't be that old man in the club. Yeah.
Lane, own the club, man. Don't party in there. Last time to own it, man. Pivot.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's, man.
Well, I appreciate this interview.
Yes,
you doing this interview, taking out time out of your busy schedule
hopefully
to
I
do
could
this.
Some one person, man. If not to myself when I listen back to it, man. Maybe I'll listen to something I said and I can remind myself of my destiny and where I want to be going. Because sometimes I gotta every day, I ain't gonna say sometimes, every day, man, I start this journey all the way over, man. That's why I take notes so I can try to pick back up, remember why I'm here, remember why I'm getting down like I'm getting down, man, knowing my mission. Anyway, bro, man, appreciate you having me, bro.
Thank you, brother. And that goes into what I was just going to say as far as like that's the whole point of these principles, saying every day is Friday except Saturday and Sunday, because every day is the day to live these principles.
Every day.
So that's the whole point of that.
Bang, baby.
All right, brother. Well, what's that?
Thank you for having me, man.
Oh, yes, sir. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for coming on. We're going to do this again.
Yes, sir. Rap with me, man.
All right. All right.